Thank you very much. This next piece has kind of two parts to it, and I'm actually going to ask Marguerite Amber to come in and talk about a little piece of it. There's two parts there. Abide With Me is a hymn. How many of you have heard of Abide With Me? Okay, most of you have. And in this particular instance, there is a bugle-like descant part that has a little background that Marguerite's going to share with us.
Bugle-like descant? Okay, so here's my story. The very first time that we played through this piece last summer, I recognized the bugle-like descant, and I told the band a little story, and they thought you might like to hear it too, so here goes. A few years back, I got a call from a man at the British Embassy in Montevideo. He asked me if I would play in a memorial service for the Graf Spee sinking. Okay, this isn't so weird because some of you know we live in Uruguay during the holiday season, and that's okay. So I agreed, and we went down to Uruguay, and then I got another call from the same guy at the British Embassy to make sure that I was really going to play for the memorial service. So, you know, this happens all the time. A lot of people don't realize that a girl can play the trumpet. So I'm kind of used to that, and I said, look, don't worry, I've played since I was like 10 or 12 years old in memorial services and Veterans Day and Armistice Day. I play taps all the time. And he said, what's taps? And I said, that's what you play in memorial services. What are you expecting me to play? And he said, the last post. And I said, the last what? So, okay, this was a little bit before computers, and I told him not to worry. He said I had to be there at dawn, which was like 5 o'clock in the morning for this service, this ceremony. And I said, don't worry, I'll figure it out by then. So I was just panicked. And I never heard of this thing. So I got on the phone and I called the International Trumpet Guild. And I threw myself on their mercy, and I said, I've got to play this thing at 5 o'clock in the morning. Can you help me? And they found a bugle player in Canada somewhere. And he wrote out the music and faxed it to me, and I spent the whole night memorizing it, and I was on time the next day for the ceremony. But the thing is, you've been hearing the last post all over the place, especially this last weekend. The last post has been played for centuries by everyone in the British Empire, the British Commonwealth, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, all those places. Whenever they've been in a battle or a war or to commemorate a military battle, in all the wars, even our Revolutionary War, the last post is what you would have heard if you were listening to a cemetery or a funeral years and years ago. So it reminded me because this last weekend when we were listening to Veterans Day, did anybody hear any of those services that were done in France? All those bugle calls were the last post. So anyway, this is what you're going to hear now, the last post. Are you okay? Anybody want to ask me about the sinking of the Graf Spee off the coast of Uruguay? I'll tell you later.
So, there you go. And here I thought it was just a bugle-like descant. Anyway, so Abide With Me was originally, the melody was written by William Henry Monk, and he lived from 1820 to 1897. And the author of Abide With Me, the lyricist, was Henry Francis Light. He was a Scottish Anglican priest, and he would do this occasionally. He wrote a lot of hymns. Sometimes he wrote his own music. Sometimes he would find music to go with it. And his grandson said he took his instrument with him wherever he went, which is, I think, a great idea for you guys if you could just take your instrument with you. That'd be good. And he wrote this on his deathbed as he was dying of tuberculosis. And he then, when he passed just a few weeks later, they performed this at his service, and it had made a great impression on people. And it kind of grabbed some attention of folks, and it became a very popular hymn. And I'm going to, in a minute here, have Dee Smith read the first two stanzas of this poem. And I'd like to offer this out to the families of people in our band who have passed, the Chris Harrison family, and I know also there have been people in our band who were affected by the Pittsburgh shooting. And I'd like to offer this also out to the victims of the Thousand Oaks, and of course the fire victims in this terrible fire season that we've had, hoping that they can find some solace and that we are with them in thought, we would need prayer. And so I'd like to have Dee read the words so it might give a little more context to what we're going to hear right now.
Abide with me. Abide with me. Fast falls the eventide. The darkness deepens. Lord, with me abide. When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless, oh, abide with me. Swift to its close ebbs out life's little day. Earth's joys grow dim, its glories pass away. Change and decay in all around I see. O thou who changest not, abide with me.
We've come to the end of our concert, and it's been such a delightful experience to spend some time with you this afternoon. I'd like to take a moment to thank some of our people who've made this all possible. And Woody, if you could hear me, could you turn up the house lights a little bit? I'm hoping he's in the neighborhood somewhere. There we go. So first I'd like to thank our founders. So if you are with us today, I think some of you are. Nick Rail and Miss Amanda.